joining me now from Beijing is Einar Tangen. He's a political and economic affairs commentator. So, Einar, we just saw this story about farming. How much of an impact did China's poverty alleviation plan play, and how has life changed for those in Tibet?
Well, it's certainly not the city that most people associate with Tibet. It's called Lost Horizons, where it was this wonderful place where people lived to 100. Actually, 95% of people were serfs. They could spend one day working for themselves and one day working for their lord and master, and 95% illiteracy. They didn't own their own homes. Life expectancy was 35.5 years. Most women died in childbirth, probably in their 8th to 12th child. And unfortunately, child mortality was through the roof. The population was about 1 million people. Today, it stands at 2.8 million. They have, they have medicine. They didn't have that back then. They have education. They have roads, infrastructure, opportunity. So if you looked at this from the Human Development Index, you would say categorically, there's a complete transformation of Tibet. Unfortunately, there are always those who want to make an issue of it and use it as a kind of a fifth column to spread dissension in China.
The landscape looks a lot different. Even a decade ago, millions of tourists now visiting Tibet, a new high-speed rail, which means more access and more opportunities for development. What are Tibet's future goals?
Well, I mean, the Tibetan people are going to create a lot of their own opportunities. As you've seen, it's a question of hard work, having the skills, education, and then having markets that you can actually sell into. This has been the kind of elixir by which China has risen. Every area of China has gone through the same thing. Tibet is not alone. There are other areas that are also challenged, and they're trying very hard to bring themselves up. But what you don't have is extreme poverty. You don't have the kind of situation that you've had, 70 years ago, when the people were told, "Don't worry how miserable your life is now. Just keep praying. The next one will get better."
President Xi Jinping visited Tibet last month, the first for a Chinese president in 30 years. Explain the significance of that visit for us.
Well, I mean, Tibet is part of China. It was important to show that not only that the central government cares by actually making a visit there, but it was also to celebrate the incredible changes that have happened there. I mean, most people watching are saying, "Oh, well, this is just, happy talk," but it isn't. I just wish they could go there and see what it was and what it is today. Look at the pictures, understand the reality of looking at your child and thinking to yourself, he has a 1 in 3 chance of living, no opportunity, no education, life expectancy very short. It was not a good situation. Those who try to paint it otherwise are deluding themselves.
Always great to get your take. Einar Tangen, thank you so much for joining us from Beijing.